Hi everybody, it's Deborah from PeopleLovingAnimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching my video today. Today's video is called Why Do Cats Hiss at Humans? In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the most common reasons why your cat is hissing at people. I'm also going to be giving you some resources in today's video for why cats hiss in general and also why cats hiss toward other cats or at each other. I'm also going to give you at the end of the video two highly recommended cat training programs in case you need extra help with your cat on this issue or any cat behavior issue. So if this video is helpful to you, I would appreciate it if you would give it a like. If you have not been here before, my name is Deborah. I own a website called PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and several times a month I do a video all about the care and health and training of dogs and cats. So if you have a dog or a cat or both that you would like continued help with, I would love to have you on board as a subscriber. And please also share this channel with your friends and family who have a pet because they might appreciate the help as well. So again, thanks so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. Let me shrink my head down here so that we can see what we're doing. We are on my website, PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and I'm going to use this article called Why Do Cats Hiss, kind of as a template to keep me on track for today's video. Now, I'm going to give you the link to this article in the description box. I've also done a full 35-minute video using this article. The article and the 35-minute video that I'll give you the links to cover not only why cats hiss at people, but why they hiss in general, and also why they hiss at other cats. Okay, so you've got all that extra information in the description box if you would like to learn more about all the reasons why cats hiss. But today we're going to talk specifically about why do cats hiss at people. Now, cats will hiss at humans for some of the same reasons that they'll hiss in general. And again, I'm going to give you a link to this article. You're going to be able to go there or watch the video to find out all the reasons why cats hiss. But they will specifically hiss at people, mostly for the purpose of communicating that there is a problem. I'm laughing because, you know, cats can be really sensitive, and, you know, there's a whole lot of reasons why cats can get really upset, really fearful, really anxious. It usually does not have anything to do with them being mean or angry. It usually has to do with fear, or they're trying to protect something. They feel threatened in some way. But I'm laughing because, you know, cats can really be easily offended. Okay, so this doesn't have to be, the cat doesn't have to be hissing at you for anything that you're doing at that particular moment. It could be to express their disapproval with the situation in general. Now let's talk about why that might be. First of all, if something is new, okay, if you bring home a new pet, if you're bringing home a new baby, if you're moving, even simple things like changing the furniture around, moving their litter box, moving their food bowls, this will upset your cat. Cats do not do well with change. They just don't. They like to know where their things are. They like to have a sense of, well, peace and quiet for one thing. They like to have a sense of safety and security. So if there's something new, they're either going to be afraid of that, they're going to be confused by that, they're going to be upset by that, they're going to feel like they need to protect their things, and it will cause them to start hissing just because of the upset of something changing, something being new. Another reason why a cat might hiss at people is just out of fear, especially for cats who have not been properly socialized. They may just be afraid of people. Okay, so if somebody visits your home, or if you take your cat to the vet, for example, they may just be afraid of people. Now, you also have to realize that unless you've had your cat for your cat's entire life, like if you adopted a cat from a shelter, for example, you don't know what that cat's history has been. They may have been abused in their previous home. You know, they may have had some sort of traumatic event happen in their past. There might be a reason why your cat is afraid of people, okay? Also, if you have adopted a stray cat or a feral cat, you know, just in general, they're probably not going to be that open to human contact and being touched and being petted, especially a feral cat. So those cats will hiss more often, a stray cat or a feral cat. But just keep in mind that it could be that your cat is afraid of people for some reason, okay? Also, it might be aggression. If your cat is aggravated by any source, okay, whether it's something in the house, something has changed, you just moved, it's a stray cat, whatever the source is, it can be, like I said, another animal, kids, a change in the household, a loud sound. They'll sometimes redirect that aggression by hissing at you. The easiest way to explain that is the spouse who has a bad day at work and then comes home and takes it out on the spouse. Do you see what I mean? It's that sort of thing. If they're unhappy in general for something, for whatever has happened, they might just be snarky and they're upset, they're aggravated. They might just take it out on you. So if they're hissing at you, realize it may not be whatever you're doing at that particular moment. Just like if your spouse comes home from work and he's, they're snarky with you and you're like, I didn't even do anything. I haven't seen you for 12 hours. It could be something that happened at work. So again, it's just like aggression that they're just kind of taking out on you. As unfair as it is, but don't we all do that, Also, it might be a physical contact intolerance. Cats will sometimes hiss if they're just not in the mood to be picked up or petted, or if they're in pain. But for some cats, they may not want to be touched due to a traumatic event in their past. And some cats do have just a natural aversion to being touched. So they'll hiss if they just can't tolerate physical contact for whatever reason. They either don't want it, they're afraid of it. Like I say, some cats have a natural aversion to physical contact. Some cats just do not enjoy being petted. They do not enjoy being picked up. And so, the cat will hiss if they don't want to be touched, or if they might not be able to tolerate it for some reason, right? Especially if they're in pain. And always keep in mind, if you have a cat that is suddenly hissing at you that usually doesn't hiss, you might want to, well, not might, you do want to consider whether there is something medically wrong with that cat. Is the cat in pain? Okay, same thing with the dog. If this dog is suddenly growling whenever you come near them, they could be in pain. Okay, it's a natural instinct for an animal to hiss or growl. Obviously, they don't want to be touched if they're in pain. So always make sure that you're keeping that in mind. Another reason why cats will hiss at people is to protect their territory. Cats typically will hiss at other cats or pets when they think their territory is being invaded, but sometimes they'll do this with people. If you approach something that they think is theirs, or if you try to say move them off the furniture, cats are very territorial because they have to be. They come from generations of ancestors who had to fight for everything that they have. They had to fight for the food. They had to fight for the shelter. They had to fight for everything. And so it's just kind of a natural instinct for them to want to not only protect the things that belong to them, but they'll fight for the things that belong to them. So a cat is always looking for safety. They're always looking for security. They want to know where's their food, where's their water, where's their litter box, where's a safe place to hide in the house, like all these things. So what they do is they try to create for themselves an environment and circumstances in which they feel safe and secure. You do have to remember that cats in the wild are seen as prey. All right, so it's more than just a preference that they want to feel safe and secure. It's a primal instinct, okay? So if if another cat comes into the house, they're going to be territorial. They don't, their food dish, their litter box, their bed, their scratching post, their toys. They may even be territorial about you. They don't want to share you. They don't want to share your, your attention or your time. So cats can be just hissing at you, but the thing is, okay, well, that would explain why they're hissing at another cat, but they will hiss at you. They will hiss at a person if they feel like you are somehow invading something that they perceive as theirs, okay? If your cat has chosen a corner of the couch, or maybe snuggle up in a recliner in the corner, and they consider that their space, and they like that space, and they feel safe, and you try to move that cat out of that area, you might cat is a jerk? Because he's trying to protect what he thought was his. Do you see what I mean? So speaking on the issue of other cats, I will give you a link in the description box for another video I did about cats fighting and how to prevent cats from fighting. So if you have a cat that is hissing at other cats, I'm also going to give you a link to a video that I did called "Why is Your Cat a Nervous Wreck?" I'll give you a link to my article as well. It's 10 things that stress your cat out. You basically just need to realize that cats can be very temperamental. They can be very sensitive. They can have a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. And most of the time, if your cat is hissing, it's not because he's being a jerk. It's not because he's mean. It's not because he's nasty. Usually there's a reason, and it usually, sadly, has to do with fear or anxiety. They feel threatened in some way. Even if they're being territorial, it's because they feel threatened. They feel that they are in danger of losing something that they feel is theirs and something that is important to them. Maybe it's their toy, maybe it's their scratching post, maybe it's their food bowl, you know, whatever it is. So even if your cat is being territorial, that doesn't mean that he's being mean or being a jerk. He's trying to protect what's his. And again, you can't get mad at him for it because it is his primal instinct to protect what is his. So I hope that this little short video gives you some information on why your cat might be hissing at people. And I hope that you'll go ahead and watch the video called "Why Do Cats Hiss?" That's going to go over everything. Why they hiss in general, why they hiss at people, why they hiss at other cats. And it's really going to give you a lot of help. Now, I said before you go, I want to give you 2 recommendations for some good cat training. One is called ultimatecatsecrets.com. That is a 12-part audio program that's not just about cat training. It covers pretty much everything you need to know about owning a cat. It's a really good program. It is $37 and it comes with a money-back guarantee. And the other one is the Complete Cat Training Guide. This is an ebook. It is very complete, very thorough, all about cat training, and that is from kingdomofpets.com. That one also happens to be $37 and also comes with a money-back guarantee. Now, that particular ebook covers 25 cat behavior issues, so if you're having any sort of behavioral issues with your cat, I recommend one or both of these. Go ahead and try them out and get some help, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention is in the description box of today's video, oh, by the way, I'm going to give you the links to these, obviously, in the description box. You'll see the link to these cat training programs and pretty much everything else that I've mentioned, the other articles I've mentioned, the other videos that I've mentioned. And I'm also going to give you a link in the description box to go ahead and sign up for my cat lovers email list. If you're on that list about once a week or so, you will get an email from peoplelovinganimals.com, and it will be all about cats. It'll either be an article or a blog post or a video all about the care and health and training of cats. So I think you'll find that useful. You can unsubscribe to it at any time. Speaking of subscribing, I would love so much if you would go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Like I said, several times a month, I do videos all about the care and health and training of dogs and cats, and I would love to have you on board. And again, please go ahead and share my content with your friends and family who have pets, because they may have some issues with their pets that I may already have a video or an article that will help them with that. So again, thanks so much for watching. I hope today's video was helpful. If it was, please give it a like, and I hope to see you back here again. Again, my name is Deborah, and my website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again. Bye-bye.